Have you ever felt like your dog is trying to tell you something but you just can't understand? You feed them on time, take them on daily walks, but sometimes their eyes still look sad, their tail doesn't wag, and they just lie there, silent, like a shadow. The truth is, there are things that make dogs deeply happy, but they're often overlooked by even the most caring owners. And the fourth thing I'm about to share could completely change the bond between you and your dog, in a way no one has ever told you before. Because if you truly love your dog as a member of the family, then this video is the key to learning how to listen to and love them the right way. So what truly touches a dog's heart? Let's explore 10 simple yet profoundly meaningful things every dog craves, and that you can start giving them today. Even a single genuine gaze can change your dog's entire inner world. Eye contact isn't just looking. It's how you say, "You matter to me," without words. When you look into your dog's eyes with real love in your heart, both of your bodies release oxytocin, the hormone of love, safety, and trust. But not all eye contact is equal. A quick glance while scrolling on your phone, or a distracted look before turning away, that can actually make your dog feel abandoned, even while you're sitting right next to them. Instead, try pausing a few times a day, getting down to their eye level, looking deeply into their eyes, and just smiling. No words, just presence. You might be surprised when those cautious eyes soften, and slowly, they inch closer to you every day. In a dog's world, this is sacred, the moment they feel seen, acknowledged, and loved. And when that love turns into action, magic happens. If you touch them in the right places, in the right way. Many people think petting means just touching anywhere. But did you know most dogs don't like being touched on the head? It's a sensitive spot that makes them wary. Instead, try gently stroking behind their ears, under their chin, or on their chest. That kind of touch, when it comes from understanding, can make them sigh, close their eyes, and lean into you. It's like giving them a hug, without hugging. Take 2 minutes every morning to do this, without rushing, without distraction. Just you and your dog. Simple, quiet, deep. But love isn't just about touch and eye contact. It's also about how you nourish your dog's mind. Something many people forget. Dogs don't just need food, sleep, and walks. They need mental challenges to feel useful and included in your family life. Hide a few treats around the house for them to find, or teach them a new command, and watch their eyes light up. A bored dog is a sad dog, and when sadness lingers, it turns into chewing furniture, barking for no reason, or lying motionless for hours. They're not being bad, they're silently crying for help. Just 10 minutes a day of games, food hunts, or new toys, that's your way of saying, "I see your intelligence, you matter, and I want you to be happy." Some owners have found that using dog puzzle feeders during mealtime helps meet both nutritional and cognitive needs. It turns dinner into a fun, engaging activity, one that makes your dog feel clever, accomplished, and full of purpose. And none of that matters unless you're truly present, not just physically there, but emotionally and mentally. Many people are home all day, but glued to their phones, laptops, or TVs. Dogs don't need you 24/7. They just need you for a few minutes of real connection. Put the phone down. Sit next to them. No need to talk. No need to do anything. Just be there, knowing that they're also there, waiting for you. Just 15 minutes a day of full presence can make your dog feel more fulfilled than a whole day of half-hearted attention. Dogs are deeply sensitive to energy. When you're present in body and soul, they feel it as pure happiness. And when you begin to be truly present, you'll start hearing what your dog can't say with words. A lowered ear, a slight step back, an avoided glance. That's how they say, "I'm not okay. Please don't push me." Most unwanted behaviors in dogs aren't rebellion. They're expressions of unspoken fear. When you learn to read that body language, you stop being a boss and become a companion. Your dog will trust you more, listen better, and feel safer. Starting today, observe your dog's expressions when meeting strangers, walking through noise, or when you approach them. If they step back, don't push. If they lean in, greet them with a gentle touch. That's more than listening. It's a promise. Even though you can't speak, I understand you. Just like humans, dogs go through periods of fear and anxiety. Thunderstorms, fireworks, even sudden changes at home. Some dog parents have noticed that dog anxiety relief treats can gently ease their pets' nerves during high-stress moments, making them feel a little more secure in an unpredictable world. When you listen deeply enough, you'll realize your dog needs the right to say no. They're not always ready to meet people, to be hugged, or to play. Respecting that doesn't make you weak. It's the most powerful form of trust. Every time you allow your dog to say no, you're telling them, "You matter. Your feelings are just as important as mine." And the magic is, when they know you'll listen and respect them, they'll choose to come closer. They'll trust you unconditionally. And that trust is something no toy or treat can ever buy. And then there's the walk, something we think of as routine, but which holds the potential for true love. Most people walk their dogs fast, just to get it over with. But for dogs, every blade of grass, every dry leaf, every footprint is a universe waiting to be explored. When you slow down to walk at their pace, you send a quiet message. The world isn't rushing. We'll walk it together, step by step. A few minutes to let them sniff a lamppost won't delay you much, but it warms their little heart a lot. It's a whisper that says, your time matters. In the quiet routines of life, we often overlook the basics, like regular checkups. But many loving owners eventually come to appreciate how pet wellness plans help ensure their dog's long-term happiness. It's not just about preventing illness. It's about staying in tune with the one who can't always tell you what hurts. And in this journey of love, there's something small that brings a big burst of joy to your dog's heart. When you call their name in a warm, loving voice. Their name isn't just for commands. It's the emotional bridge between you and them. When you say their name gently, with a soft gaze, they realize, that's me, and their little heart opens up. Try calling their name when you come home, before bed, or simply when you're lying next to each other. Don't just call to command. Call to show you remember. You see them, and you love them. It's music their heart longs to hear every day. And of course, just like us, dogs aren't always cheerful or brave. There will be times when they tremble during a thunderstorm or hide under the table when strangers come over. Don't scold them for that. Don't yell when they bark from panic. Dogs don't understand logic. They understand presence, comfort, and calm from the one they trust most. Instead of getting mad, try sitting on the floor, gently saying their name, and telling them you're here. That's all. For them, that's an entire world of safety being built. When you respond with love instead of anger, you're healing an invisible wound you might not even know existed. Finally, something that seems so small, but is the ultimate symbol of lifelong companionship, is when you lie down on the floor, next to your dog. No need to play, no need to talk, just lie together. Maybe it's after a long day, watching TV side by side, or on a weekend morning, you drink coffee while they curl up at your feet. Those quiet moments are when love flows silently, completely. To your dog, you're not just the one who feeds or commands. You're part of their inner world, someone safe enough for them to fall asleep beside. That's why, for many families, even simple things like exploring pet insurance plans become an act of love, a way to say, "I'll be here for you, no matter what happens." It's not about spending more. It's about protecting the bond you've built for years to come. And that's why your dog doesn't need expensive toys. They don't need you to be a training expert. What they truly need is your sincere love, shown through every look, every touch, every time you listen and understand. If you've made it this far, it means your heart already holds the kind of love that can change a dog's entire world. Don't keep this just for yourself. Subscribe to the channel for more meaningful videos like this, not just about how to care for dogs, but how to truly love them every single day. And if this touched your heart, share it with a fellow dog lover. Because these small, gentle souls deserve more understanding and love than ever before. You look after your dog. You feed him, walk him, keep him warm at night. You give him love in the way you know how. But what if I told you the thing he loves the most isn't any of those? It's not what's in his bowl or how long the walk is. It's something smaller, quieter, and it's something almost every dog owner misses. In fact, only 2% ever do it. These aren't tricks or commands. They're simple little gestures, subtle choices that speak directly to your dog's heart. And when you start using them, something shifts. The way he looks at you, the way he relaxes near you, the way he follows you, not because you asked, but because he wants to. In this video, I'm going to show you 16 things, small, often overlooked things, that your dog deeply loves, but almost nobody does. And the best part? You can start today, right now. No tools, no training, just a shift in how you see him and how you let him see you. Ready to become part of the 2% whose dogs don't just obey, but adore them? Let's begin with something so simple, so silent, yet powerful enough to change your dog's entire emotional state. The sniff walk. You've seen it 100 times. Your dog halts at a lamppost, nose twitching, body still. Most owners tug the leash, whisper, "Come on," and move on. But what if that tiny pause was the mental release your dog's been craving? Let's be clear. Walking your dog isn't just about steps. It's about stories. Every scent on the sidewalk is a headline. Who passed by? What they ate. If they were scared, sick, or joyful. For your dog, sniffing isn't a distraction. It's essential. In a 2020 study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science, researchers found that dogs allowed to sniff freely showed significantly lower cortisol levels than dogs led on structured, scent-restricted walks. That's right. Sniffing calms the brain as much as physical exercise. And here's the kicker. 10 minutes of focused sniffing has been shown to mentally exhaust a dog as much as 20 minutes of jogging. So if you're older or have a senior dog who can't handle long treks, a slow sniff walk might be the best thing you can offer. Here's how. Loosen the leash, walk slower, and let your dog choose the pace. Let him pause. Let him decode the environment. You'll notice his shoulders soften. His breathing slows. His tail moves in relaxed circles instead of sharp wags. Part of being in the 2% isn't doing more, it's allowing more. And next, we'll uncover how giving your dog the power to choose can change everything. You reach a corner. Your dog looks left, then right, then plants his body facing one direction. You tighten the leash, guide him the opposite way, thinking, we don't have time for detours. But what if that moment, his choice, wasn't random, but therapeutic? Letting your dog choose the route isn't about spoiling him, it's about autonomy. A 2021 study from the University of Bristol found that dogs allowed to make small daily decisions, like choosing walking routes, exhibited significantly lower signs of stress and were more adaptable to sudden household changes. Small freedoms, it turns out, build emotional resilience. Think of it this way. You prefer taking a familiar street for its trees or light. Your dog prefers one with a specific smell trail or a shady spot where he once found something special. His memory, though different from yours, is deeply attached to environment. Giving him a say gives him safety. Here's a simple practice. At one or two crossroads during your walk, pause. Loosen the leash. Watch which direction your dog orients his chest. Let him guide the next stretch. It doesn't have to be the whole route, just enough to make him feel heard. And don't worry, dogs given limited autonomy often show more attention to their handler, not less. Because when someone respects your choices, you look back at them not with obedience, but with trust. Next up, we'll talk about a silent rule almost every dog wants us to follow, especially in social settings, and how breaking it can create fear. Imagine walking into a grocery store and being asked to hug every stranger you see. Awkward, right? Now imagine your dog at the park, being led up to every new dog with no choice to opt out. That's what forced socialization feels like. True confidence doesn't come from contact. It comes from consent. According to a 2018 study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior, dogs introduced gradually to new peers based on body language and voluntary approach were less likely to develop reactivity and fear-based aggression later in life. It's not how many dogs they meet. It's how they meet them. The next time you're out, give your dog permission to observe first. Is his tail level? Are his ears relaxed? Are his eyes soft? If so, he may want to approach. But if he turns his head, licks his lips, or plants his feet, that's a no. And when you honor that signal, you're not spoiling him. You're becoming his bodyguard. Use a loose leash. Keep your voice neutral. Let him decide if that golden retriever across the field is worth greeting. Because the dogs who feel safest aren't the ones forced to be friendly. They're the ones who know they have a choice. Up next, we'll shift from the outside world to what happens right after a walk, and why skipping this 5-minute ritual might be silently stressing your dog. You clip the leash off. He trots inside, still panting, eyes darting. You assume he's just excited, but really, he's still in transition. And if you skip this one step, that excitement may turn into pacing, barking, even chewing. Dogs need time to decompress after walks, not just physically, but neurologically. A 2019 paper published in Frontiers in Veterinary Science highlights that post-activity decompression helps dogs shift from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest, nervous states more efficiently. Without that shift, their body remains primed for action. So what does decompression look like? Simple. Pause outside in a neutral area. Your yard, building lobby, or even the open trunk of your car. No commands, no stimulation, just space to breathe. Let him sit, sniff the air, shake off. You'll see his chest rise slower, his gaze soften. his paws relax. Think of it like stretching after a workout. You wouldn't sprint into a meeting right after a run. Dogs need the same buffer. And here's the bonus. Dogs who decompress tend to show fewer post-walk destructive behaviors. Give him 5 quiet minutes. Let his nervous system land. Because when we respect the full cycle, not just the activity, but the recovery, we raise calmer, safer companions. Your dog has a basket full of toys, yet always seems bored. He nudges one, then walks away. You wonder, does he need more? Maybe not more, maybe less, just not all at once. Dogs, like humans, crave novelty, but not constant overload. In a 2022 study published in Animal Cognition, dogs exposed to rotating toy sets showed higher engagement, lower frustration, and reduced destructive behaviors compared to dogs with full-time access to all toys. Novelty, when managed well, isn't just exciting, it's therapeutic. Try this. Divide your dog's toys into 3 groups. Hide 2/3 in a box, out of sight. Every 7 days, swap the current set with a new one. It's like unboxing a gift, except it's his own favorite plush, rediscovered. This rotation spikes dopamine naturally, extending each toy's wow factor. More importantly, it cuts down on overstimulation, frustration, and the urge to destroy. Rediscovery, after all, is often more satisfying than something brand new. You'll notice it. The deep sniffs, the little tail wag, the way he carries an old toy like it's treasure. It's not just play. It's memory. It's surprise. It's joy on repeat. Next, we stay indoors and turn your living room into a jungle, not of vines, but of invisible scent trails. And your dog becomes the tracker. Next, we'll tackle something deceptively simple that can bring back puppy-like joy, even if your dog is 10 years old. Rainy day, no time for a walk. Your dog paces, restless. You toss a toy. He chases once, then stares at you, still unfulfilled. Why? Because fetch works his muscles. But scent games? They work his brain. Research from the University of Linköping in Sweden found that just 10 minutes of focused scent work fatigues a dog's brain as much as 30 minutes of active play. That's not anecdote, it's olfactory science. Here's how to start. Grab a few pieces of kibble or a small treat. While your dog waits in another room, hide them behind couch cushions, inside a toilet paper roll, or under a flipped-over cup. Release him with a cue like "find it." Watch closely. His nose twitches. He pauses. He follows a trail you can't see. You're not just entertaining him, you're letting him feel competent. That sense of mastery is powerful. It relieves anxiety, builds confidence, and satisfies instincts more ancient than barking. Start simple. Then raise the difficulty. Hide treats on a low shelf, behind doors, or in different textures like boxes and towels. You don't need gear, just creativity and scent. And the bonus? When it's done, your dog isn't wild with energy. He's satisfied, centered, relaxed. Up next, we go from brain to jaw. Let's talk about chewing, not as a nuisance, but as therapy. And why the right textures make all the difference. You see him gnawing on a bone or rubber toy and think, that'll keep him busy. But chewing isn't just distraction. It's medicine. It's meditation. According to the American Veterinary Dental Society, chewing stimulates saliva, helps reduce plaque, and promotes gum health, especially when done in short, supervised sessions. But that's just the dental side. On the emotional side, a 2017 study in Journal of Veterinary Behavior found that natural chewing activities triggered endorphin release in dogs, reducing signs of anxiety and hyperactivity. So how do you do it right? Skip the plastic bones and raw hides. Instead, offer rotating textures: cow hooves, dehydrated salmon skin, deer antlers, yak cheese. Each offers a new mouthfeel and prevents overuse of any one surface that could lead to tooth fractures. Keep sessions short, 10 to 15 minutes, twice a week. Place the chew on a non-slip surface like a textured mat, so your dog links the experience with comfort and safety. Watch his body. Does he exhale deeply? Settle down? That's his nervous system shifting gears. Just remember, always supervise. Even natural chews carry risks if unsized or swallowed whole. But done right? A good chew is like emotional deflation, a safe outlet that leaves your dog calmer, quieter, more at peace. Next, we move into something even more intimate: brushing, but not forced, not rushed. This time, it's with consent. Imagine sitting in a chair, and without a word, someone begins cutting your hair. No warning, no check-in, just tools on your skin. You'd flinch, right? Dogs do too. Brushing isn't just hygiene, it's communication. And when it's done with consent, it builds trust. A 2019 survey from the American College of Veterinary Behaviorists showed that dogs introduced to grooming through step-based consent were 63% less likely to resist future handling. That's not just less stress for them, it's safety for you. So how does it work? Start by placing the brush on the floor. Let your dog approach it. If he sniffs or noses it, mark that moment with a soft good and reward. Repeat this until he taps or nudges it on his own. Then, just one light stroke. Pause. Reward. Don't reach over his head. Don't restrain. Just offer and wait. If he steps away, you stop. That moment of pause says more than any treat ever could. Over time, brushing becomes a ritual, not a wrestling match. You'll see it. The tail doesn't tuck. The breathing stays steady. The body doesn't flinch. It's not magic. It's respect, made visible. Next up, we return to the body, but this time through heat. Gentle, moist warmth that soothes aching joints and calms old muscles, using something already in your kitchen. You've probably used a heating pad for your own aches. But did you know a simple rice-filled sock can offer your dog the same relief? Especially after a long walk, or for dogs entering their senior years. Moist heat penetrates deeper than dry warmth and helps ease tension in joints, muscles, and connective tissue. In a 2020 clinical review on canine arthritis therapy, Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine, moist heat was shown to improve mobility, reduce stiffness, and increase circulation in aging dogs. Here's how to do it right. Fill a thick cotton sock with uncooked rice. Tie a tight knot. Microwave it for 40 seconds. Test the heat with your wrist. It should feel warm, not hot. Then wrap it in a thin towel and gently place it on your dog's hips, shoulders, or back. Watch his signals. A deep sigh. A full-body flop. Half-closed eyelids. These aren't random. They're his nervous system saying thank you. Avoid areas with open wounds or recent injury. Those need cold, not heat. Each session should last about 10 minutes. That's enough to soothe without overwhelming. Afterward, store the sock in a sealed bag to prevent moisture or odor buildup. No fancy tools, no vet trip. Just a sock, some rice, and your presence. Next, we explore how an ordinary kitchen item, a soft oven mitt, can become a secret weapon against stress. and why touch matters more than words. It sits in your drawer, waiting for hot pans, but in the right hands, a soft oven mitt becomes something else entirely. A calming tool, one that speaks in pressure, not words. This method draws from the Tellington touch technique, used for decades to reduce fear and tension in animals through deliberate, gentle contact. In a 2016 behavioral study from the University of Vienna, dogs exposed to structured, deep pressure touch showed measurable decreases in heart rate and cortisol during high-stress events. Here's how you do it. Take a clean, wide, soft oven mitt, ideally microfiber or quilted. Gently place it over your dog's shoulder, chest, or the base of the neck. Apply steady, light pressure for about 10 seconds. Then slowly release. Repeat. Move to the other side. Watch. You're looking for a sigh, droopy eyelids, a slower blink, maybe a yawn. These aren't sleep signs, they're signs of nervous system regulation. Relief. Why a mitt? Its surface distributes pressure evenly and adds novelty without feeling invasive. And unlike your bare hand, it doesn't carry your scent so strongly, perfect for sensitive dogs. Avoid the belly or any area near vital organs, and never force it. This isn't massage, it's permission-based grounding. Next, we shift from the body to the eyes, and reveal how a single calm gaze can build the deepest connection you've ever shared, without a single command. Your dog looks at you, not wide-eyed or panting, just soft, calm. No command, no request, just presence. What if I told you that quiet moment could be the glue that deepens your entire relationship? We often think of training in terms of actions. Sit, stay, come, honey. But some of the strongest behaviors start without a cue, and one of the most powerful is the soft gaze. In a 2015 study from Science magazine, researchers found that mutual soft eye contact between humans and dogs increases oxytocin levels in both species. That's the same hormone released between mothers and infants. It's not just affection, it's bonding. Here's how to use it. When your dog looks at you calmly, eyes relaxed, brows neutral, no tension, mark it with a quiet yes and give a small treat. Don't command. Don't overreact. Just notice and reward. Repeat this throughout the day, especially when it happens naturally. Before a walk, while you're reading, when he chooses to lie nearby. You'll see the pattern build. He'll start to seek that connection more often. Not with barks, but with eyes. And over time, those moments will replace jumping, barking, or pacing, because you're reinforcing emotional stability, not just obedience. Next, we'll return to the senses, but this time, the ears. Loud noises, fireworks, construction, and the one space your dog needs to feel safe through it all. Fireworks crackle. A neighbor drills. You barely flinch. But your dog? He shakes. He pants. He hides under the bed. Noise doesn't just startle dogs. It hijacks their nervous system. A 2021 study in Veterinary Record showed that 52% of dogs experience noise sensitivity, and those without a designated quiet space were more likely to develop chronic anxiety behaviors over time. Sound, it turns out, is more than discomfort. It's a trigger. That's why your dog needs a sound-safe zone. It doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, the most effective spaces are simple: a walk-in closet, a windowless bathroom, or even a padded crate in the corner. What matters is what you put in it. Thick blankets for muffling, a memory foam bed for grounding, a white noise machine, or soft classical music for masking. Most importantly, introduce it during calm times, not when chaos hits. Toss treats in, sit nearby, make it feel like choice. not exile. When the noise comes, guide him there gently. Don't force. Let him walk in on his own. Praise softly. Over time, that space becomes a mental anchor, a cave of quiet, a retreat he controls. Because giving your dog a place to escape isn't coddling, it's compassion. Next, we move from the ears to touch. Let's talk about the power of massage, specifically around the ears and neck, and why it works better than any words. You reach behind your dog's ears. Rub gently. He leans in, sighs. His eyes drift shut. That wasn't affection. It was nervous system reset. And you just activated one of the most sensitive, healing zones on his body. The ears and neck aren't just soft. They're packed with nerve endings tied to emotional regulation. According to a 2018 review in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior, targeted ear and neck massage stimulates the vagus nerve, helping to lower heart rate and reduce stress-induced behaviors. Here's how to do it. Wait until your dog is resting. Sit beside him quietly. Start by cupping your hand gently behind the base of the ear. No rubbing yet, just contact. Then use your fingertips to trace slow circles behind the ear flap, or down the neck toward the shoulders. No pressure, just warmth. Watch his body. If he leans in, yawns, or exhales deeply, continue. If he tenses, pauses, or moves away, stop. Massage is a conversation, not a technique. Keep it short. 2 to 3 minutes is plenty. The goal isn't sedation, it's safety. And over time, this becomes more than relaxation. It becomes trust you can reach for, especially during storms, vet visits, or car rides. Next, we'll talk about a connection tool that requires no touch at all, just your voice, and why calm, consistent talking might be the greatest bonding habit of all. You talk to your dog. Of course you do. But how often do you talk? Softly, slowly, with intention, not instruction. Your voice is more than background noise. To your dog, it's a rhythm, a signal, a heartbeat he can follow when everything else feels uncertain. A 2022 study from Animal Cognition found that dogs not only recognize their guardian's voice, but respond more positively to gentle, melodic speech over sharp commands or inconsistent tones. In other words, how you say it matters more than what you say. So start a ritual. Not commands, not praise, just narration. As you make tea, fold laundry, or sit on the porch, speak softly to him. Nice quiet morning, huh? That squirrel got away again. You're such a calm little guy today. It's not about the words. It's about consistency, tone, familiarity. This kind of vocal pattern becomes an emotional anchor, especially for senior dogs or anxious pups. You'll see him blink slower, settle near your feet, exhale without tension. It's one more way you say, I see you, I'm here. And if you ever doubt it, remember the comment from a viewer who said, I was her favorite walker. Dogs don't choose favorites based on commands, they choose based on connection. Next, we move from your voice to your routine, and how going to bed at the same time each night might be one of the best gifts you can offer your dog. Every night, at the same time, he yawns, circles his bed, glances at you. He's not just tired, he's syncing with your rhythm. Because dogs, like us, crave routine. And few routines are more powerful than bedtime. A 2020 study in Chronobiology International found that dogs exposed to consistent sleep and wake patterns showed improved digestion, lower anxiety, and better nighttime behavior. Their bodies, just like ours, are governed by circadian rhythms. So what does this mean for you? Try to go to bed around the same time every night, and include your dog in the process. Dim the lights. Reduce stimulation. Use the same cues. Brushing your teeth, turning off the TV, a soft time to wind down. You don't need to crate or isolate him. Just provide a clear, predictable pattern. Place his bed in a quiet spot. Maybe offer a soft chew or brief massage. And most importantly, be there, emotionally, not just physically. Over time, he'll settle more easily, bark less at night, wake with less tension. This isn't training, it's tuning, helping his internal clock match yours. And it's especially valuable for senior dogs, who often struggle with confusion or restlessness after sundown. A fixed bedtime isn't just good for sleep, it's a source of safety. Next, we'll close with one final gift. Not something your dog wants, but something he desperately needs. And how one gentle habit could change how he feels about every vet visit to come. Your dog won't tell you when something feels wrong. Not at first, not clearly. He may flinch slightly, pause mid-walk, lick a paw a little too often. And by the time he shows obvious signs, you're sitting in a vet office, wondering if it could have been caught sooner. That's why home health checks aren't about diagnosis. They're about normalizing touch, so that when something's wrong, he's not afraid to let you know. In a 2017 clinical report from the Journal of Small Animal Practice, dogs who were gradually introduced to cooperative body handling at home showed significantly lower fear scores during veterinary exams, less stress, less sedation, better outcomes. Here's how to build it. Once a week, during a calm moment, gently touch one area at a time. Ear flaps, tail, paws, between toes, along the gums. Say nothing. Go slow. If he stays relaxed, reward. If he pulls back, pause. Wait. Respect. You're not poking. You're learning what's normal for him, and helping him learn. Being touched doesn't mean pain or panic. And when you do go to the vet, he's not shaking, not hiding, because this isn't new. It's familiar, practiced, safe. 1 minute a week, that's all it takes. And it could mean catching a lump early, or avoiding the terror of cold metal tables. Now, let's bring it all together, and look back at what really matters most to your dog. You've done so much for your dog. You've fed him, walked him, kept him warm, kept him safe. But now, you've seen something deeper. What he truly loves isn't the bowl or the leash or the toy. It's the pause you allow at a lamppost, the freedom to choose which street to take, the quiet rub behind his ear when there's no goal but connection. It's the moments when you respect him, not as a project to train, but as a soul to understand. These 16 habits aren't commands. They're invitations. Invitations to trust, to feel safe, to feel known. And when you step into that space, even just a little, you'll start to see it. The way he watches you from across the room, the way he settles quicker, breathes deeper, looks not just at you, but into you. That's not obedience, that's devotion. The kind of bond that doesn't come from dominance or control, but from quiet choices made again and again, day after day. And maybe, just maybe, you've already started becoming part of that rare 2%, the ones whose dogs don't just listen. They choose to stay close because they feel safe there, at home, with you. If this video helped you see your dog in a new way, I hope you'll stick around. Click subscribe, not just for tips, but to deepen the bond with the one who already thinks the world of you. And don't stop here. Watch the next episode. 7 feeding mistakes you didn't know you were making. It might save your dog discomfort and you a lot of worry. Because the more you understand him, the more he can relax, trust, and love you beyond measure.